What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Winter Wildcards Gunter. So he is 8 tokens. This is on the second account because I thought, you know what? I really want to try it. We've done the 85 times 10 and we've done the 81 to 89 on the main account, and then obviously the 81 to 89 on the second account, and we've got 8 tokens left. Realistically, I probably would have wanted Dakar instead, but we haven't got the 12 tokens, and that's going to take a lot of grinding because we haven't done any gameplay on the second channel to get any of the tokens. So obviously I might have been able to do it if I didn't do the first pack, but you know what? You make mistakes. We want to try Gunter out. Does look a solid left back. Obviously on this account, we don't really have a massive variety of cards, and obviously on the main account, we want to get the packs, as that's just kind of the main thing, and this is what the whole point of the second channel is. And to be honest, Gunter looks decent. With doing the packs, I must admit, unless you have got incredible luck on that 85 times 10, that one would be the only one that I think is worth doing. The 81 to 89 was genuinely awful. So I think with 24 tokens, I believe you're allowed. It's either 24 or 25. With 15 gone, that leaves you with 9. You could technically get Gunter and that pack. So let's have a look into him and see what he's all about. He's already had an inform this year. Started at a 79, then got an 82, and now we've got an 86 with a 6'1" left back. Jeez, very, very tall left back. 3-star, 2-star, high, medium on the attacking to the defensive. Solid player and early crosser. Very nice indeed. Good sprint speed. Acceleration is nice. Dribbling looks genuinely really nice. Good 90-88 agility balance. Good reactions. Composure at 85. Solid. Physicality is nice. Jumping a little bit weak. Same as the head and accuracy. It's not a kind of deal breaker really. Passing wise, definitely could do with some work. He's got really good crossing, but short and long passes definitely needed. People are wanting the shadow on him, which gives you 99 pace, 90 defending. Does turn him into a 91 left back. That is sensational. Obviously shot power 80, it's okay. It's a little bit of an additional extra, if anything. So I think the shadow is where we're going to be going. People are saying so go shadow, sentinel, or anchor. What does a sentinel give us? So that would go straight out 90, 92. Solid, to be honest. 89 left back, but I think the shadow is going to be the one. So let's jump into the squad, put him in there. So we have whacked the shadow on Gunter. Like I say, 10 on the acceleration, 7 on the sprint speed, taking it up to a very, very nice rating there of pretty much 99 maxed out. Obviously, the defending goes up a hell of a lot, and I think an anchor would be nice on him because obviously it finishes off that strength, gets the jumping up a little bit more, and the aggression, but I think they're already so high that I would much rather get a little bit extra on that defending and obviously get a bit more on that pace rather than going all out on the physicality. So I think he's absolutely fine with that. Let's jump into Gunter, see what his left foot can do. Right then, straight into Gunter. I'm very interested with this card because normally... what on earth is... Okay, he's bringing the keeper out. I bet he's going to miss. Is he going to score? Gunter with 1-0. You'll love to see it. But with obviously somebody like this... Normally when they give you kind of tokens that you've got to actually choose somebody, they tend to be better, and that's why I'm very, very interested in Dakar, because I feel like he should be a sensational card, but whether he is the kind of next question. Koza with the away, lovely stuff, good header. Gunter down this side, takes it, very nice. Some good pace on him for obviously a man that's 6'1", solid pass in, but Kimpembe with his long legs making sure that it doesn't go any further. Like I say, 6'1" on a left back. I'd be interested to see what the average height is, but normally I'm thinking more Roberto Carlos if anything, and I just know he's not necessarily that tall. Gunter with a big run, get that big boy cross. It's a solid cross, but again, crossing isn't necessarily my massive forte. It's something that I really, really just haven't cracked this year. Gunter working the line. 8 tokens for him. I think he's definitely not terrible. You could think of worse options. He's going to go onto his right foot. Yeah, you can definitely tell the difference between a left-footed cross and a right-footed cross there. That was very, very weak. Gunter watching Messi. Gunter feels very, very nice. Does feel quite quick on that ball. Again, maybe even... What on earth is the keeper doing? Come and grab it. Well, obviously, with Gunter as well, you could possibly whack him at centre-back. Obviously, in-game, potentially playing like a 5-back or a 3-back and playing him off-chem maybe. That is always an option with him. Being 6'1", I think most definitely he could play that position. Looking for this big ball in. It's a cracking ball. Just let over a little bit with whoever the right mid is there. Gunter with a lovely pass in. Pulisic needing a little bit of help. He's going to fire one in. Oh, I wanted the pass. I thought I might have been able to get back onto his left, but unfortunately not. He's going to come back in here, though. Good block. Obviously, that 6'1" reach will always come in handy when tackling as well. Something always to kind of bear in mind with your left back and right backs also. I think as well on the ball. Oh, I managed to get past him. On the ball, like I was saying, he does feel relatively quick for a left back, which is always fantastic because, you know, sometimes you have a left back and honestly, they just seem useless on the ball. Like, you'll pass it to them and it's like they can't dribble, they can't absolutely do anything, whereas I think Gunter definitely feels better on the ball. Dribbling wise is average at very, very best, but again, for a left back, you don't necessarily need this king of dribbling really. So going into Mr. Gunter, so we have obviously had, if we go into not draft, but if we do go into the SBCs for today, we've had obviously quite a lot in terms of an update because we have had swaps. So obviously, if you haven't seen already, there is 2, 5, 5, 3, 8, 12 and 15. There is a variation of packs from the 85 times 10 to an ultimate pack to a 50k pack, all the way down to an 81 to 89 times 10 pack. But in between all that, we have had a home and away icon kit. I am absolutely gutted that that one is 5 tokens. If they made that a 1 token, I'd have done it. But for 5 tokens, it just isn't happening. And the 2 players we've had today is Daka 87 that looks fantastic. It is a shame that we don't have all the tokens because I would have done both, to be honest. But by the time I actually grind out the game to get Daka's done, it just will be a few days yet. But we have obviously got Gunter, 8 tokens, really not too much of a grind. Like I said at the start, we haven't actually done any gameplay for tokens on this second account. So technically it's all SBCs and obviously yeah, it was just SBCs, in fact. There was no actual objectives or anything like that, or we got a free one, I suppose, I think, at the start. But in terms of that, that is all we have done to get these tokens, so he is available right now if you're not doing the 85 times 10. But you can go get both. With you get 24 tokens, I think it is. You've obviously got 15 tokens for the 85 times 10, and then you've got 8 tokens for Daka. That leaves you with 23, giving you 1 spare one to do as you please. If you do get 25 rather than 24, then you do actually able to get a 50k pack as well. But Gunter actually surprised me. I think he was actually quite a solid left back. The only issue you'll have with this sort of card, and it's the same with Daka, is there is already players in his position. You've already got a player of the month, Alphonso Davies. You've also got a rule breaker. We've got a versus fire and ice Schulze, and then obviously Gunter himself has got an inform. So whether you want to do the player of the month Davies instead, that is an option. Then you don't necessarily have to put any tokens into it. You could then go and get the 81 to 89 times 10, bulk up your club a little bit there. But personally, we did Gunter with my second account, as obviously I don't really need to go pack heavy. It's more content based, so obviously we will grind the game out for that. But Gunter, to be fair to him, was actually a really nice surprise. We whacked the shadow on him. He felt quick. He felt nice on the turn as well. For somebody who's 6'1", very nice indeed. Some decent tackling from him. Physicality was actually quite nice. Passing wise, again, it depends on how you're using him. If you're using him as an overlapper, maybe that's something to look into. Maybe a catalyst, kind of you go with that end of stuff and kind of leave the defending a little bit lower. If you're going for just a solid left back, no overlaps needed, then obviously Shadow's the one to go for. I personally like to do a bit of both, and what we did is we just kind of made the passes a little bit short, snappy and quick, going with them 1-2s to get him overlapped, and obviously the crossing is actually quite nice. So I wouldn't necessarily get into a ticky-tacky game with him that's going to it's just going to add more pressure to the card that doesn't have that overall passing bonus that is like 90 plus. So you've got to play to his strengths a little bit. Is he the best left back in Bundesliga? I think that still goes to Alphonso Davies, but I do think he's second. We actually packed Schulze and we used him for a little bit, and personally, Gunter definitely plays better in my opinion. So for that reason, overall wise, we're going to give him a solid 8.7 out of 10. I think he is a solid left back. The only issue you've got, and I think it's passing and the fact that there is an Alphonso Davies SBC that you can do, and we've still got a lot of days for it. Other than that, the only things I would increase is obviously that weak foot, maybe a little bit more jumping, not necessarily too massive. Like I said, the passing. Other than that, he's absolutely fantastic. I think you've got pretty much a nailed on the head left back for Bundesliga and obviously for the German team as well. So hopefully you did enjoy the video. Let me know down below what your choices are in the wildcard swaps. Bar from that, catch you all for the next one. Peace.